We got us a silvered hair friend that's here helping us. So this was Ernie's rotisserie. He's such a nice guy. He felt I deserved to have one.
It's like nice. Salvation Army.
He gives it to the last 4
hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Had to do a lot of work to get this thing working, but we're so glad we got it, Ernie. And
I've done 7 cars on this.
We're gonna get this rolled back over level. We're gonna tighten up the bolts. We're gonna load this up on the tow truck. And this is off to sandblasting. We're gonna be taking the doors and the rest of the parts that need to get some sandblasting and powder coating. Let's get it loaded. Cool. I got my bolts tight. Then we gotta load the doors and a few extra parts. All right, so we need the rear drum brake backing plates. They need to be sandblasted and powder coated too. So I've got to cut the bearings off. We have new ones. So that's what I'm gonna get working on right now.
Oh.
Hey!
Let's get this back plate off.
Pull that up. Boom!
Really?
That's all we needed to do.
We're just gonna let the fires just keep on burning.
All right, that's what we needed. Come back and deal with the bearings later. Okay, so we got Ernie and Hillbilly. We're headed out to get this body sandblasted, and we're just about there. Clear blue skies on one side and cloudy on the other.
That's how it is all the time. West mountains are always clear, and the east mountains are always cloudy.
Where's your seatbelt, old man? Haven't you learned your lesson in your 85 years of life? That road came out of nowhere.
Just a big silver sign, is all.
All right, let's get this unloaded. All right. This part is gonna go inside and out. We got the 2 doors and we got a bucket full of stuff. We got the brake drum backing plates. These are what holds the brake pads. Those are gonna get sandblasted and powder coated. We've got the brake drums. Can't get new ones, so we're gonna get them powder coated and sandblasted. We've got 3 strikers and 3 more guides. So those are all gonna get sandblasted and powder coated black. That's what we have left. Kind of see how quick that paint comes off and gets just right down to the bare metal. So I'm gonna sandblast a little bit of this, and then we're gonna get out of here and let Louie do his job. We're done doing what we're gonna do. We're gonna take off and get back to the shop and get working on the frame.
It ain't gonna last very long.
Look, the switch is smoking.
Don't tell it's done.
One might ask themselves, what are these idiots doing? That's the bushings that we can get. This is the bushing that we need. There's quite a difference. Hillbilly had the bright idea to bring his Toastmaster Tradesman Deluxe
toasty too.
electric home shop lathe, because we don't own a lathe. We're gonna run this sucker till it burns up. Do not try this at home. Only trained professionals such as us can do this.
I'm the old man, so that's why we can do this.
Hit it.
Yeah.
Hit it.
I don't think any of you
Hit
should
it.
be doing it.
I'm going the wrong way. Like I said, trained professionals only. That's why Ernie's in charge. All right, take 10. Second dream come true.
Oh, she's a smoking
Oh, shut it down, shut her down. We're close.
How many of these do you need?
That much more.
16.
I don't think you're gonna get 16 of those.
We're gonna give her a try.
Ye of little faith.
Just like Ernie said this wouldn't work at all.
That's the whole problem. Your bolt ain't centered. That's a wee bit off.
Do you not know how to lathe? You're supposed to make it even.
Yeah.
You're not making it even.
The bolt is not centered.
When you stick a log on a lathe that ain't even, you gotta make it even by cutting it.
To the taper of the wobble of the bolt.
And where was you at when I was building it?
I told you.
Not here.
Hit it.
I think that's close.
Wow, that smoky is still holding in there strong. Whew. One more little roundy round and she's gonna be just right.
Is that a lathe term, roundy round?
That's my term.
My shop teacher wouldn't agree with that. Ready?
Ready, hit it. Okay. All right, let's see if it goes in. Look at that.
You may need to trim the wall down a little bit.
Yeah, we might need to trim the outside next, but that is gonna work. Look at that.
Beautimous.
Maybe not factory, but it's there. It's the only option we got as of tonight. I'm gonna call that a win. How many more do we need? 1, 2, 3.
15 more.
No, 7, right?
2 in each one.
2,
4.
15 more.
6.
Yeah! I told you that! You're like, no.
Toastmaster ain't going to make it.
Toastmaster's gonna make it. We got
It's gonna
15
be
more.
toast.
Jeez, all right. This is a great idea, but we will perfect it. The idea
Want me to
was
turn on
correct. Now we're gonna build a new plate on the plasma table so that things are centered.
I love that electrical smell.
So we're just gonna rebuild it. That way we can get a precise bushing. So we got our new plate. It's a lot more true than the old one. Spinning almost perfect. Kick it on, Ernie.
Boom.
Don't try this at home. All right, shut her down. Look at that. It's so much better. Yes.
How do you say it's so satisfying watching stuff fly in
It
the air?
seriously is.
Perfection.
If anybody needs leaf spring bushings for a 1972 Suzuki LJ20, yeah,
Custom ones.
we got custom built, even centered. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that. All the way even, all the way around. Woo. Let's go test it. I can't even believe it.
Awesome.
Does it fit?
Nice tight fit.
One. Tight.
Absolutely. It's genuinely fitting. Like perfect. We are custom. 2 down, 14 more to go. Don't ever tell a hillbilly or me you can't make these.
I can't believe it.
It's a Torsman.
It looks like toast to me. T-O-A-S-T. Toastmaster.
It's a Torst.
Torst. That's an A.
Oh, it is an A.
It's a
See?
It is a
hey,
Toastmaster.
he didn't graduate the 3rd grade, so.
You just run that switch and keep that label clean. That's your job. Turn, saw, grind, sand, drill, and finish.
The Toastmaster did the job this time, but I think I'm gonna have to look into a lathe. If anybody's got a good idea on a small lathe, nothing huge, let us know. For the time being, Toastmaster 10,000 worked just fine for what we needed. All right, so we're getting ready to put the frame together. We're gonna bring the frame over, flip it upside down, start working on the front and rear axles. We've got all the brand new stuff. We've got all brand new wiper seals. We've got new keeper nuts. We've got bearings. We have hub assemblies, brake disc, brake calipers. We even have brand new wheel studs. We're putting all brand new everything in this frame and axles. And we're gonna be doing new U-bolts, new center pins on the leaf springs. All right, Ernie, fine, you can leave.
Sorry, guys. I got to take off.
Ed, you okay with Ernie leaving?
I guess I got to go to Idaho.
Bye. Okay, so Ernie's taking off and headed back to Idaho. We are gonna get the frame put over here. We got Hillbilly, we got Dinner slinging the camera.
Hello, how y'all doing?
And then we have a special guest that's gonna be helping us on the Nugget. Me and Hillbilly are gonna grab the frame.
Flip it, dip it, twist it,
Go. Bop it.
bop it.
Boom.
Your left to your right or your right to your left?
We're not going over that again. We're just flipping it.
Whoa! You're like playing the gladiators or something. What's going on here?
We're just flexing on each other. You know, we do this from
Boom.
Can't put dirty parts on a clean, nice frame, so clean the parts to match the frame and the axles.
So we're gonna start getting this front end together. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pound these races in for the new front bearings. So we just go till it's bottomed out. We got a little bit of powder coat we just gotta scrape off of in here. It'll act as a shim if we don't take it out. So what we're using, just so you guys know, is an aluminum race driver. It's designed to put the bearing races in. So I'm not just beating it in. So we got all brand new bearings, all brand new seals. Those 4 are in. Okay, so we are gonna get the interaxle seals put in this front end. That one's in. Side number 2 is done. Okay, so what the goal is right now is I've got all these brand new bearings and races and seals and all the good stuff to put this front end back together. So I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna pound out, I've already done this one, I've pounded out all the wheel studs and I've pounded out the races. So now I'm gonna get all my new bearing races and all my new studs and we're gonna get them pounded into these 2 hub assemblies, put new seals in them, and then we're gonna hopefully be ready to assemble them on the front end. So these are the old ones. Now I'm gonna beat out the races and it'll look just like this. Just a bare hub with no bearings in it and no wheel studs. Then we'll pound them all back in. I can't beat this race out, so I'm gonna use the vise. Comes right out when you put it in a vise. We got the races beat in. We got our seal, I almost put in. We gotta put our bearing in before we put our seal in. So we're gonna pack this bearing up and then we're gonna pound the seal in and one hub will be ready. Now I'm gonna put grease in it. Are these gloves for Sasquatch?
XXL, man.
Seriously, what are these? Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now that we got this loaded up, we're gonna take our bearing, put it down inside, and we're just gonna push. Push until it's loaded. You can see that that bearing has grease all the way in and up and around it. It's gonna grease the rollers.
There's never such thing as too much grease when it comes to bearings.
Ew, gimme. All right, that seal is in.
Hey, at least those don't matter how wet your hands are, you'll never fight getting them on.
Seriously, these are like made for gorillas and hillbillies. All nice and lathered up. Okay, that one's in. Look who it is! Hey! Hollie, Mischief Maker's mommy, is here. So I'm gonna go help her for a minute and then I'll be right back. This is the problem that we have. These bolts are dirty. Clean them, put a little bit of fresh paint on them and stick them back in.
Yeah, we haven't built an attachment to the Lathe 5000 to do this. We use a drill.
We still need a lathe.
Oh yeah.
One day. It's on our to-do list. Do you have a lathe, Hollie?
No.
You want to get us a lathe, Hollie?
Me neither. I'm not cool enough for a lathe.
No, I'm not cool enough either.
Look at that. It's all in the details, Hollie. Now we let it dry. All right, so we're gonna get the front leaves put in. We've got all the center pins put back in it. Hollie's gonna help us. I'll let that one dangle.
Oh no! Savage! The muscles of a Scottish lassie has left the building. This is where I normally take a hammer. But I know I can't do that. How does that look?
You haven't moved a wee bit more. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. One of my very good friends, Jeremy Rose, who I call my trail husband, runs Leaf Springs. His rig is called Chubby Chaser.
Chubby?
The Chubby Chaser. Oh boy.
All right, so we got the leaf springs in. Hollie's been a ton of help for me and Hillbilly and dinner, but the time has come.
Adios.
She has a flight to catch. This lady has been in how many states in the last week?
I don't know.
My gosh.
3 or 4.
She's just like a world traveler. Anyway, but she's headed to Chicago. Chicago in the morning.
Yep.
So we're gonna be
back,
here
though.
in little old Utah working on the Nugget. Well, thank you for all your help.
Robby he got a call that the Nugget is done getting sandblasted, so me and dinner,
We're on our way to get it.
so Robby can start doing body work on it.
Where we at?
Front dirt road.
There we go. Now we're cooking the fire. That's good up there.
So now we're gonna drop the bed, hook up the J-hooks to the rotisserie and drag the Nugget right onto the bed. Clean all the sand out of the bearings of the wheel so they'll actually turn. So Louie had a packet full of sand.
I did not.
We got everything loaded, strapped down. Now we're gonna head back to the shop so we can start getting it all assembled and to get all the body work done on it that needs to be done. So we can get it painted and get it finished and back to Ed. For temporary, we cannot call the Golden Nugget the Golden Nugget no more. It's now the Gray Nugget, why it's bare metal. Now we're on our way back. Okay, it's unloaded.
All right, so these guys went up and got the body back. So let's get this wheeled inside and we got our work cut out. The wheels have frozen solid, so we're gonna have to re-lubricate those. So now that the body's back, we've got it inside, got it protected. We're gonna get back to the frame, get that thing all wrapped up, and then we'll be working on the body after. So Dinner's got his U-bolts, I got mine. We're gonna get this axle housing put in. It's a super, super heavy axle. We're gonna need a forklift to put it in. So now we got the shocks put in. We're gonna get these tightened up.
Shocks.
Hillbilly really shined this aluminum up. Things gonna look really good in there. I think it's time to put it in. So now I'm gonna put some gasket maker on this. My shoulders don't fit, so I can't. My plan was to sit in here, but I just don't fit. Gotta put the Gorilla gloves on.
Why do you look like a little kid wearing
Because I'm wearing monkey gloves. Directions. For best results, surface should be clean and dry. Check. Remove black cap from nozzle. Check. Press finger trigger to dispense, applying a continuous 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch bead. Check. Surrounding all bolt holes. Not check. There we go. Now she's cooking. Got him. Oh, I just licked it.
Why?
My
I didn't even mean to.
taste things.
No, I didn't even mean to. I just went like this. I was gonna bite my bottom lip so I could focus harder. My tongue came out. Whoopsie. All right, we're gonna shove the axle shaft in. We're not gonna put the outer coupler on until we get it built. Next, we're gonna be figuring out this and the wiper seals. We've gotta get the wiper seals put over this first. We'll get this on. We'll get our kingpins put in it, our new bearings. We're gonna pack these, get them shoved in here, get it all bolted up tight so that this can go like that. All right, we got the wiper seals on. Now we're gonna pack this full of grease. We'll call that nice and greasy. All right, so now we've got the wiper seal on, the knuckle or whatever it's called. We got the kingpins in, got it all greased. We're gonna put some right stuff on this, shove it on, and then put our caliper holder on. All right, so Hillbilly's been hard at work. Told him to paint the gas tank, and check this out. He built himself a little paint booth hanging off the back of his Bronco. You guys might see this thing one day, maybe blowing it up because it's a little piece of crap. Just kidding.
At least it runs and drives unlike the Jeep.
Yeah.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
It is better than my Jeep. Yeah, this is Hillbilly's baby. Okay, so we're just gonna let this tank dry up for a minute. As soon as it's dry, we're gonna get it put in that frame. Now we're gonna get the hub assembly. I just got the bearing all packed up, got that thing full of grease. Anybody else hate grease on their hands? 'Cause I just hate it.
It's not even on your hands.
It's on my gloves, on my hands. I just don't like grease. I just don't. We got all brand new lock nuts. Look at Dinner. He's just hard at it, like always. Just back there, getting the tank put in, working on his Pilates, getting up and down. Check that out. I'm gonna set the preload on this bearing tight. Now we're gonna loosen it all the way off.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, you loosen it up. So you set it, and then you tighten it back up by hand. Give it a little tuggy, right, Hillbilly? Isn't that how you set bearings?
I don't do it that way. I tighten it up and just turn it, and once you feel it's getting free, you tighten it up a little bit more and turn it, and then call it good. You'll see.
It's exactly what you said.
Okay, so we're gonna gasket maker this on so it stays with the hub. I did a no-no and I touched it. On this hub, all we're gonna do is put 2 bolts in it for now. We're gonna get some stainless steel bolts so it looks a little bit better. So we're just gonna get this started, get it installed, and then tomorrow I will go get some stainless steel bolts and it'll look real nice.
Do you want to hear my joke?
What's your joke?
What kind of eggs do evil chickens lay? Dinner's not even listening. How did you know that?
Okay, so we've got the rotor, the hub, got everything put on. We're just about ready to get the wheel put on. We've got the steering box in, the steering arm. Hillbilly's getting that side all buttoned up. That is done.
I'm gonna cut these studs off that hold the leads together. Cut them about yay big. I gotta find some glasses and then I'll cut it with the...
There's one glass. There you go. Now you got safety glasses on. What are you guys up to? Hey, Lincoln. Where's it coming?
Good if I had it a little bit shorter, like a block long instead of a mile long.
You can always go get your own tools. See? Pop. Glasses. Good job.
That right there is how you put the new one on.
Sorry, Ed, but you gotta move. We need your wheels and tires.
I gotta go back on the frame.
Milestar Patagonias. One for you, 2 for me. Whoa! Good.
Could you bench it?
Maybe.
Putting the heart back into the Nugget. Right there, now let's get the bolts to bolt everything down.
We're gonna put the rear end in. Trying to be like Hillbilly. Squeeze.
Oh, you want me to squeeze?
Yeah, with all your monkey might. There you go. So Hillbilly went home because it's super late and he's super tired and he claims that he got to work at 4:30 in the morning. I wasn't here to verify that.
I wasn't here to verify that either.
It's only 1 o'clock in the morning, but we're gonna get this third member put in.
If you come in at a normal hour, like 8 o'clock, then you can work later and not be so tired.
You don't always have to come in to work on time. Doesn't help. Doesn't help.
That's the right stuff.
Oh, don't forget, before you put it on, you gotta shake it up.
Yep. Oh, there. Yep.
Shake it.
Make sure it's good.
Real good. Now I'm gonna smear it. Got my grubbies done for it. That one went in a lot easier than the front.
There it is.
Oh, come on. Just go in already. That's your home. Huh. You gotta yell and scream a little bit. Right, last one. Okay. Done and done. All right, third member's in. Time to jump out of this contraption and see if I can just not fall. That'd be cool. We're gonna throw the shocks on next. So. Shock time. Shock time. Instead of hammer time, it's shock time. It's a shocking experience. That is done and done. All right, we're back. Me and Dinner and Hillbilly stayed till like 2 o'clock in the morning. We worked until we just couldn't even keep our eyes open. So, came back this morning, hit it hard, got all excited, screwed up. So let me show you what we got going on. This morning I was so excited to pound on new bearings that I pounded one axle bearing on with a keeper with no backing plate. So I got smart, the second axle, I put the backing plate on correctly, got the bearings all set perfect, no issues whatsoever, and then that brings me to where we are currently at right now. This is the new bearing and new retainer that was on this axle without a backing plate, but it gets worse. See this bearing's all destroyed? I have cut 3 of these retainers and not once did I touch this axle shaft. Well, third time's a charm. So on number 3, I cut the axle. Look at that. I was just waiting for Ed to be spinning a Brody, just lighten those tires up and have his axle shaft just spin right off, just fall right off on the ground. Brings me to my solution. Pulled out the old handy dandy telephono, went to trailgear.com and I just ordered Ed a pair of chromoly axle shafts. We're gonna throw them in the back of this thing and then he can take this wherever he wants. My screw up was gonna benefit Ed, just not today. So yeah, that's where we're currently at. I've sat here and pouted for like 1 hour. We'll move on with life. So, but what we are gonna do today is we're gonna put the one side in so that we can have it a 3-legged dog until the other one gets here. That way we can kind of move it around, do what we need to do until the axle shafts show up. So that's real life and it sucks. Okay, back to work. One might ask themselves, why is Robby wasting his time doing what he's doing? But we gotta go for a ride with Ed. So we gotta at least have 3 wheels. So we're gonna be getting this axle shaft put in, getting the tire put on it, and we're gonna head out on the trails for a little bit. We'll be back as soon as this axle's on. I got my new seal. Let's see if we can attempt to not break it. Love tap this. Wow, something went okay. We're just getting this backing plate all bolted up, then we're gonna put the brake parts in it and get that outer drum on and put a wheel on this thing. Getting close. But some of you may realize this. This gets to all come back apart when the chromoly axles get here. But that's okay. We're gonna get the wheel, get it put on, and set this thing down on its 3 wheels.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Tires keep it rolling.
Once we get that new axle, we'll get us some stainless steel nuts. It's gonna look so good in the center. Everything's stainless steel and black. Well, the 3-wheeler looks good. There's only one thing left to do.
Time to get a tire?
I think we got the perfect size.
I think we do.
Sitting over next to a blue Jeep.
Let me go over here and I'll go grab it. What's this? This looks like a mighty fine tire. Hey, Robby.
That's perfect.
You think Hollie will let us borrow this one?
Hollie would give this to us. Thanks, Hollie.
Thanks, Hollie.
Dude, that fits perfect.
Beautiful.
That is perfect. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I like that.
Wow. What do you think of the new wheels and tires? All right, Ed, let's go for a drive. Sorry, Ed, big bump's coming. Oh, hold still. Oh, did you hit your head? Oh. Sorry, Ed, had to slam the brakes. If you guys like this video, go and check out this one.